All right, guys. So if you're like me and most of us, not only are we trading on a regular basis, but also doing things like, taking care of our kids. Some of us are handling, full-time jobs while trying to trade. And so most of us are utilizing our phones to, try our best to make these things happen, and still be able to make profit in the markets. And so I wanted to talk through, especially to our Discord members that get exclusive call outs, through our texts, about how to do these things and properly trade on ThinkOrSwim mobile, to where you still, protect your assets and you're not risking yourself too much. I think one of the most frustrating things is sometimes when I would trade on my phone, trying to take plays and things like that, and not having proper risk management, or I feel like I didn't have the same capabilities as if I was trading on my desktop. However, ThinkOrSwim Mobile is pretty comprehensive, and they've really made it easy for us to be able to place proper orders and have really, really smooth order flow, even when we're trading on the go. I recently had a cross-country trip, so it was very nice to be able to hop on my ThinkOrSwim Mobile and be able to take plays as I came through, when I wasn't driving, of course. So let's go into it, right? Most of us have a thread that looks like this. And let's take this Apple call out as an example, right? So if I saw that, I would move right to my ThinkOrSwim mobile, find Apple, find the options chain, right? Click that, find the date that we were talking about, find that contract, that strike price, and we'd be in the game, right? I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Found the strike. I'm gonna click confirm real quick. I'm gonna click send, and I would be entirely wrong in the way I place that order. Most of us know why, especially if you've been trading for any amount of time, because we shouldn't be placing single orders. No orders, or no plays that we run should consist of just one order being submitted into your brokerage. So that was an example of trader number one. Sometimes I'm impulsive, right? Do things like that. Ends up biting me in the butt because there's some other components that we need in this order before we send it through. All right, so let's take Algo Bailey on a different day, right? Where he was a little bit more playing chess with it instead of checkers, right? So I'm going to find that $140 strike price, click it, right? And I'm going to not click confirm right away. Instead, I'm going to scroll down, right? Because I want to create an advanced order. Scroll down, create advanced order, right? And you want to make sure at the top right, first triggers OCO. OCO stands for one cancels the other. So what you're doing here in theory is you are saying, hey, when I submit this order to buy, I want some other orders to be waiting to be triggered based on some conditions that I set. Okay, so that's what our first triggers OCO. So in this example, and just to make it easy for you guys, first one triggers A, right? So this first order will trigger A. And the reason why is because we can make these a little bit more complex, right? To where it can trigger A, it can trigger A or B, A, B, or C even, depending on, what kind of an order you want to place. So for this example, we're going to use one triggers A, and A is going to be our take profit, right? So, I take an example of Jay Millie over there, right? To where I'm going to maybe lower my limit order. I want to sell right at 3, right? Right when this contract hits 3, I want to sell it. So to do that, you'll click that minus button, and that'll continuously lower your the premium that you're looking to sell it at. Right. So then I'm going to go back to group and then click confirm. Right. And so what this is right here, and you'll always have an order confirmation summary where you can look at what you're about to do before you click send. All right, so in this case, one, which is us buying our Apple contract, is going to trigger a sell order to be placed at a limit of 3. right? So it's about a 50% increase that we're looking for right here, taking profits and running. You know, seems like it's a scalp type play. So in this case, we would click send, but we would still be wrong in clicking send right here. Why? Because we only have 2 orders that were sent. Each and every time that you're going to risk capital to possibly gain capital, there's also a chance that you could be wrong. So in that case, you can't just set a limit order to sell for profit. You should also be taking into account, well, what if this play goes against me? What am I willing to possibly risk? Because you should never be risking the full amount. The trade to zero is very rare nowadays. You should never be doing that. You never have to, right? So in this play, we got to figure out what we're willing to risk. So let's take example number 3 here. So this person finds this $140 contract, right? Bailey on a really good day. And instead of clicking confirm right away, right, we're going to scroll down and create an advanced order. First triggers OCO. 1 is going to trigger A. A is going to be our sell at the limit. Once again, I'm taking Tessie's advice and going to 3 on that because I ain't getting greedy. And then I'll click group, top left. That'll take me back to the order. 1 is going to trigger A or B. So in this case, we're going to click add order, right, and create a second stipulation here, right, or B is what we're going to call this. And this B right here is going to be our stop loss. So what you do is you just scroll on the type of order until you get to stop. Once again, you don't need to make these things complicated. Simple stop loss, super easy, right? So I'm going to look back and say, okay, what did I buy this for? All right, buy it for 207, right? So I'm okay with losing $7 on this trade, right? So this was my stop loss now, saying, hey, if this contract goes under 2, sell me out. I'm going to go back to group, top left. And now we see here, 1 is going to trigger A or B. A is our take profit, B is our stop loss. 1 triggers A or B. Now, one thing you guys have to remember is you don't want this good till close. You want this good till canceled, right? We want these orders to stay active as long as these orders are out there. So we're going to make sure to do that. So you click edit, right? Go back to each condition and make sure that it's GTC. Right, and do that for each one. Time in force is what TIF means, and then you click GTC. So this right here is a proper order. Why? Because we have our buy order, our sell order, and our for take profit, and our stop loss sell order, just in case this play doesn't go our way. So perfect. The reason why, we saw 3 orders right there. Okay, now I'm going to do one more. This one's going to be a little bit more advanced, but it's a little bit fun of an order to place, simply because it to me it's just the best template. Okay, so it's 140 strike price. Right, we're going to instead of buying directly in, we're going to put a trail stop on our buy. So we're going to scroll till trail stop. Right, and the reason why is because this is going to allow us to catch the contract as it's starting to increase in price. Usually when a contract starts to increase in premium and the premium starts to pump, that's a good sign, because then usually it continues to pump. And so we're going to put this trail stop based on the mark, or the market price, plus 10, right? So when this contract goes plus $10, right, that's when we're going to buy it. So we're going to end up buying this contract for about 217, not 207. And you'll see here in the description, if you click show more, that it tells you exactly what it's telling you. From the price calculated, the order submitted plus 10, right? So you'll pay a little bit more, but at least you know the contract's starting to go in the direction you want it to. So we are still going to create an advanced order, right? First triggers A, right? A is going to be, instead of just doing a regular sell, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a trail stop, okay? So what this is going to do is trail our contract by a percentage. This percentage, we're going to make it, let's say 20%, right? So if this contract loses 20% ever, that's when it's going to sell us out, right? So this is a great form of a stop loss, and also a great form to be able to trail your contract as it increases in value. So let's say your contract increases 60% and then loses 20%. Well, you would take home 40%, right? So it almost makes you proof, right? To where you don't get to tell yourself, oh, well, I'm going to hold it. Oh, maybe it'll come back because I let it go from 60% up to minus 40%, right? And so this is like a foolproof way to keep yourself in check. So first is going to trigger A, and then we also need a B order as well. So this B order is going to be our take profit, right? So our trail stop is acting as our stop loss. This limit order right here is going to act as our take profit. So we're going to say we want to take this profit at 4. We want 100% increase. When we get 100% increase, no matter what, I wanted to sell this contract. So what this is going to do, one is going to trigger A. A is your trail stop that's trailing your contract as it increases. B is your take profit at 100%. Now we want to make sure that all these are good to GTC, and then we're going to confirm. And once again, so what the first order is your trail buy, right? So you'll see it says buy Apple 100 weeklies, trail stop mark plus 10 or plus 0.10, right? But essentially it's $10, right? So we have a trail buy that's ensuring that we are coming into the move with momentum. Next up, we have our trail stop, right? What this is going to do is follow our contract as it increases in value, but also what you'll see is that it acts as a stop loss too. So if you get into the play and it doesn't increase in value, you'll be out at a 20% loss. Or best to best, as it continues to increase in price, the most, at one point in time, you're guaranteed to take home profit. As long as it's moved to at least 20%, you'll take home profit. And so that trail stop is super important. I love to use those. And then the other one is going to be, of course, our profit taking order at 100%. So what this is going to allow you to do is once that contract gets to 100%, you're good. So either way, like this contract could either anything over 20%, and then it's going to take you out at 100%. But either way, that is more capital than you started with, right? And you have foolproofed your approach to being able to execute these trades and get you out of plays if they're going to take profit, or if you're going to get stopped out. So I just really wanted to go over that because I think it's really important to be able to trade and make money on your phone, because we're going to be doing all kind of things all throughout the day, all the time. So practice with some of these, paper trade them, things like that. But these are these last two examples that you saw, the basic way and then this more advanced one, they can definitely help you guys continue to generate capital and make full-time money on part-time trading. Amen.